Deadwood. We moved up on Atwater, and my brother just came home from the penitentiary. So everybody geeked up, everybody happy, everybody, because I told you prior, I've been telling guys, we're finna come home. I've been saying that for years. Next week he'll be home, and I said that for at least 3 years. And when he finally came home, we was geeked up, we was happy. Somebody comes knocking on the door. It's a black dude wearing a Sinclair gas station uniform. And he knocked on the door. I'm thinking it's a geek. I'm thinking it's somebody want to get served. And he knocked on the door. He's like, man, what's up? I'm like, who is you? He was like, what's up, man? You don't remember me? I'm like, I don't know you. He was like, I'm looking for Wolf. Like, where you know Wolf from? Because I know my brother. I'm like, where you know Wolf from? He said, oh, we used to kick it, man. I'm like, kick it where? So he just came home. So I'm like, where y'all was kicking it? I always go to the bar, we have a little drink, smoke a little something. I know Wolf don't smoke or drink. So I'm like, come on in, man. He hesitant. Come on in. He come in, lock the door, hold right here, go get Wolf, come out. I got the banger. And I'm like, bro, a dude saying guys to drink and kick it together. And I'm like, what? So that little incident take place in the doorway of the living room, and sent him packing. Come to find out, it wasn't nobody we knew. It was the police. They wanted my brother back in jail. He came acting like, yeah, I should drink, do something for me, type of shit. We trying to get my brother on a sale or get him to give him something, and this ain't that. So that got tightened up. Sent them on. That was that.
I got a lot of work up on my plate, and I'ma get it all till the clock stops ticking. Forget the pain of yesterday, and sugar star, you know how you are. Wake up and go get it, live life with no limits. Every time they put me in a box, I bust it down. Too much time up on the clock, so I'ma bust it down. Ain't no waiting for the moment, cause the time is down. I want my brothers like Malcolm and Newton, and we split the racks in the middle. Big bro, you been ballin', so we was just tellers, it ain't no silliness. These girls in the library, they looking for love, it ain't no feelings. Searching for warmth in my heart, but lately it feel like the middle of winter. Every time I get back up, they wanna let me down. My granny asked me why I put that smoke up in the clouds. They always saying, woke, but they be sleeping, no one's round. Just maintain focus, keep my knees up on the ground. I put my soul and my heart in this. The clouds that left us in darkness, yeah. But I knew what it was when I started it, yeah. So now there ain't no turning back, I ain't got time to lack. I gotta get to the racks, and I cannot deny.
All right, what's up? Welcome back to the Wolf of Ball Street podcast. We got some special guests. We kind of spread out over the map right now, so we gonna move to the Zoom portion of what we do, and I'm gonna ask each one of y'all brothers, man, to introduce yourself. I know we got some people that's gonna be coming into the conversation here shortly, but I'm gonna ask y'all to introduce yourselves, man. Right now, I'm give y'all who I am, and then we're gonna take it from there, man. So, who want to go first?
Host. The host.
Okay, all right. What's up? All right, hey, I'm D, man. My name, I'm D Miller, man. Good to meet y'all, brothers, man. I'm a retired music industry dude. What I'm saying, from Chicago. Got lucky, caught a blessing, was able to, get my feet wet in the music. Worked on some big projects. We'll keep that out because I ain't giving nobody no props. But I wrote some platinum material, some Grammy nominated stuff, some number one joints that we can talk about offline because I don't want to make this about me. But I wrote some significant stuff that a lot of kids was born off of. I got opportunity, in my music career, man. I moved around between Chicago, LA, the Bay Area, Orlando, Florida, New York. Had my hand in all of that that was going on. And, one of the things I'm proud about is I was able to get in the industry, make a name for myself, but keep my private life private, go home, raise my kids, coach football, basketball, do what I want to do, go to the grocery store, go to work, get the bag, come back home, and
Right.
be all good. So retired 2011, got bored, started looking for something to do. 5 years later, I found my way down to St. Louis, get remarried. I'm here. That one event I was just telling Wolf the other day, that one event getting back with my who I'm married to now, we met in college, is why I was able to connect with him. So the producer of his podcast, I mean, of his documentary, kept calling me because he knew my background. It was like, hey man, I need you to come, check this project out I'm working on. Wound up meeting Wolf and Zay. We had a conversation, but leading the project, I say, well, hey, we need to do a podcast and then we need to get to the documentary. So, we've been putting these episodes together. We ain't really been trying to get a whole lot of numbers. We've been trying to get the story out first. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and get all that stuff established before we start doing stuff like this and with softball and all that to bring, those numbers in. But we needed to get the factual basis of who Wolf is and was and where he going established first, and the right type of people need to see it. So we've been having lawyers and people who play softball, man, that they walk in courtroom stuff like that, that's been offering suggestions about, his situation and how to get it fixed. And, they've been doing some bullshit to my guy. And we're going to get it fixed, man. So y'all part of his story. So it's good for us to be on here. So that's me. And I'm going to get out the way. I'll
Right.
tell y'all offline what I worked on.
Got it, got it, got it, got it.
It was
Okay,
big.
yeah, good. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I go. Uh, my name, of course, is Wolf probably told you, John Fisher. In my past, everybody would call me Stony Stone, or something something along that lines. So in my entertainment and professional life, I always blended the two. So you get both sides of the same person. I'm a Libra, so it's about balance with me. So you got John Stone. So I present myself in business as John Stone, just a mixture of just both. So I came up pretty much like everybody else, man. Had to learn single parent home, had to learn my way. And I moved around a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like by the time I probably got hit the 11th grade, I think I got locked up in 11th grade. By the time I hit the 11th grade, I probably been to about 14 different schools, man. By
Wow.
the time I finally got to there, so we did a lot of moving around, traveling, and of course, um, I was an athlete. Same time, I played number of sports, football. Grew up and playing them in the regular little basketball leagues, football leagues. At the same time, also was always playing in the streets too, because we was always, you're always looking for young, adventurous. Never had a set, like I said, we had a single parent home, so I never really had that set path. Like I'm exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pursue that for the rest of my life. I was, to this day, I'm still adventurous, man. I'm a jack of a lot of trades, man. Um, Around the time when I met Wolf, it was we were young, man. That was like. Yeah, he was like he was older, of course, so he was like a big brother to us, man. And we had been already running around, running wild, me and my little crew. Some of those exploits I tend to not talk about too much because um, what it's given me, what I've learned from it, has been the most valuable lessons. You know what I mean? And I add them into my story, and every time I speak with youth, because we've over the years we created a nonprofit called Bangers to Brilliance, where we were doing the same thing, helping at-risk youth transition from the street life into more productive members of society. Currently, I am a timeline hypnotherapist. I'm working. I have a complementary mental health care company called JS Fisher. So. Uh, I deal with I just my from being like Will probably said, he said he gave me the high priest title a while back. I was always addicted to had attraction to structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what it was. I mean, I think I was one of them kids that would love to go to military school because it was something about structure that I guess I probably needed in my life. You know what I mean? No, the same way I know it's a lot of the people around me, and I guess that's what GD had brought to me as a young man, a particular structure. You know what I mean? And from them lessons, having to learn the literature and then try to translate it and teach it to other people. That was the first opportunity I actually had in life to speak. Actually speak in front of people because that was a fear I had in school. Funny thing about that, I just always had this issue about how I dress, right?
Yeah,
So I never used to want to get up in front of the class. I never flunked the class, never came close to flunking the class, but had an issue about getting up in front of the class. So the first opportunity that I was able to just suck that up was when I used to do literature classes and stuff like that, right? And even since then, after transitioning from the streets, because we all had our mishaps in the streets, after transitioning from there, though, it taught me so much that I decided to go get my degree. You know what I mean, in mental health. Um, and since it's just been a continuous I've been a student of life, continuously learning and building and trying to and reaching back, helping those who probably came from similar situations find a path.
that's what's up.
It's a little bit, well, that's just about me.
Yeah, that's what's up. We're gonna come back to that too. 'Cause
Okay.
I heard something that we should talk about. But brother Orlando, what's happening, man?
All right, my name Orlando Memphis. They call me Lowland, was my GD name. But I had ended up going to prison early. Like at 17, I had a 25-year sentence. So like the first like 2, 3 years when I met Wolf, I was maybe 15, 16, 17, prison. But when I was out, we was all kind of, how can I say it, rebellious. You know,
Very.
we was rebellious. Well, it started at home. I always had a father figure, but my mother got killed when I was 9. So
Sorry to hear that, brother.
my mentality was kind of little. You say my mama name through school, I'm on you. It was that type of thing. I ended up going to juvenile, but like I say, once I went to prison, that's when it became real to me. But at the same time, with the father I had, my brothers like Stone, Wolf, the blueprint that I was given from a lot of brothers, it was like it was. I don't want to say it was a cakewalk because ain't going to prison ain't no cakewalk, but you know you don't be having problems because you know how to move.
Yeah,
Like I knew how to play basketball, so I was always into sports. Like my first 5 years probably was the hardest because I had 25 and I was 17, so it was a lot of stuff going on there, rebellious with the guards, getting into it with certain individuals, dealing with the G's, because where I come from, if you wasn't moving like we was moving, we wasn't dealing with you. So we had a lot of that type of confrontation. And then just our name alone caused a lot of like animosity, jealousy, envy. It was a lot that came with what we came up under. So, but at the same time, I did 13 flat, got out, stayed out for 2 years, didn't learn nothing, went back for a parole violation. I had and caught a case, but I ended up snatching out, getting that run into my little 25-year sentence. Got out in 210, and I've been out for 15 years. With no problem, off parole. Got a good woman. She got a business. We got a restoration company, WCS Direct Services. We did painting, cleaning, and trash outs for apartment for complexes. For the complexes, we had like at the most we had 13 at one time. You know what I mean? I employed a few of my brothers, my sister, nephews, nieces, daughter, and we ate good for like 9 years straight. Then the COVID stuff hit, so we had to shut it down because she can't afford to be sick. I ain't want to be sick, and with that, we just still been maintaining and holding strong. You
yeah.
know,
And
so
maybe and you in the St. Louis area?
yeah, I'm in St. Louis. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I may have something for you on that because
All right.
I was doing affordable housing. Uh,
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm also like I ain't too. I'm almost like Stone. I got a lot of knowledge under my belt just through my father, and then working with him and dealing with brothers who got stuff going on. So, like I say, I've been holding strong myself. So
Yeah, yeah. The city,
I
the city need a lot of cleanup work right now.
yeah,
A
and,
lot of
and, and I paint, we do it all. But that's me, man. And as far as the GD side, it's like I really don't got to speak on it, but I will because I know that this what this about. But we did a lot. But Wolf was there as a big brother because like I say, I was 15. Wolf had to be what 21, 22. So he was a big brother. But it's more than just him. It was Ace. He was a big factor. It was both of them two brothers was a big factor to me.
Yeah.
Period. So with that being said, that's I wouldn't trade my brother for nothing.
yeah,
That's just what it is.
Not at all.
Because we been through some stuff we can't talk about, but it is what it is. And we still here. I turned 50, and I just feel glad to make it to 50.
yeah,
I
Thanks.
I was told I
Thanks.
wasn't gonna make it to 17, so you know how that go.
yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
What what to
Brother
say?
Wolf,
What's up, man?
what's up, man?
Just listen to my brothers, man.
Well,
It's a beautiful thing because when we talk about growth and development, they live in proof of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm as everybody know, my name is C Wolf, but everybody call me Wolf. When it comes to GD, um, I came through the ranks. I was never a shorty, but I was. They skipped me to a tall and enforcer, and became the head GD of North County, and went to prison. Came back out as the governor. I was blessed as the governor through a situation, and it strived a lot of ups and downs with that, but most of all, it's been more ups than downs. And with any organization, of course, you're gonna have jealousy inside the camp, inside the organization, inside the group itself, and things are gonna be said. A lot of people knew the name, but never really knew the face back in the day because there was no social media back then. And my brothers, Drop, Stony, and my Blacktop brothers, my Castle Point brothers, and Hazelwood, and so on. That's all in North County. We were strong. We was very strong. And outside of that, outside of the county itself, you might have jealousy because we was up under the BIGD, which means Black and Saint Gangster Disciples, and we were renegades. Because that's how I was taught, and that's what I taught them until I found the truth. And to be honest with you, even to this day, when I hear older GDs from Chicago talking about, when you got, they all they want is everybody to be as one. So basically, we was all as one as it is, but they didn't really understand it back in the day. They just thought that we was on some bullshit, and we had a bigger vision than that. Because if you think about IGD, BD, BGD, and GD, we was all together as one as it was.
yeah.
But, the outside influence was trying to definitely put a crack in it, all that, and that's how it was. But we stayed strong, and every one of us, when we went to different prisons or different areas, we was always the black sheep because they felt like it was some other bullshit going on. But all of us stood strong and we whooped ass. We was good with our hands because we grew up as we was MMA before MMA. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. And we grasped the fact that when Crips and Bloods came in town, they the ones brought the guns, but we was straight up gang bangers. But when you put the guns in our hands too, well, then it was definitely a double problem. But we prefer to whoop your ass with our hands because respect comes from the shoulders. Anybody can squeeze the trigger and think they bad. Fuck, that's what's wrong with these kids now.
yeah,
They can't bang.
Thanks.
When they go to prison, you gotta bang.
yeah,
Everybody heard with these guns is wearing masks, man. That's why I said what's going on now is so they got a mental relapse. It's the plug is missing somewhere, and I feel sad. I feel sad for him. I feel sorry for him, but I will never turn my back on him if I'm trying to uplift him. I don't give a fuck what gang you in. You black. I'm trying to help you. Get out that shit. It's a better life.
yeah, yeah.
So
And I
that's what.
think, and I think all you brothers, man, are like living proof that it's another side to it. And
Thanks.
what I always understood, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Um, you know, a lot of times, man, it's young guys, man, looking for a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or something that's missing and want to
Yep.
belong to something that, you know,
Exactly.
that they're a part of, right? And then they're in that there's structure, is rules,
Mm.
uh, it's a code, of honor, you know,
Right.
that's got to be followed. And then when somebody, because the misconception about gang culture is that it's all about violence and drug
Yeah.
dealing and that.
No,
And I wanted
no.
to
When we
use
grew
this.
up,
Go ahead, John, because
yeah.
that's
Now
what
when
we're
we
doing.
grew up, it wasn't no. We didn't cuss in front of we didn't cuss in front of adults. I mean, now at that time we were younger, so we
Yeah,
was able to respect our elders. I mean, when it came to each other's parents, when it came to everybody else's parents, you had to be at school. You had to make if you was in school, you had to be in school. We make sure that you got your butt in school, and try to do your best. Um, we even practiced language back then. You know what I'm saying? We would always certain words that we almost would exclude out of our vocabulary. We wouldn't say down because the 6 point stars was never down. The
Yeah,
forks was never
yeah,
down. They was always up. So we
we,
never even used those particular words. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
yeah.
We always practice, and especially when dealing with nation business, that we didn't deal with our feelings. The only time we dealt with our feelings was we dealt with our females. So we wouldn't even use the word feel half the time. You know what I'm saying? People that substitute feel for whatever else
Mhm.
uh, to to say that. Respect was important. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
so
we were.
it
Yeah,
taught it. Go
TP
ahead.
TP. We was AD. We was really we was very unique bunch of group of guys
Oh
that.
yeah.
But when he said we didn't believe in the saying down because we didn't believe in the fallen 6 pointed star. We didn't deal with our feelings, like I said earlier in this podcast, because feelings get you hurt. We don't deal with our thoughts and our behaviors about who we were as gangsters. You deal with your feelings when you come to the female. You try not to do that, but it is what it is because we are human. But when it comes to organizational business, no, that's a no-no. We don't do that.
yeah, yeah. What was you gonna say, John?
No, he basically just summed it up. But yeah, so it taught a. I mean, he had a particular code of ethic, to it too, though, and it was that brotherhood. And a lot of guys have been what was being missed is structure. So um, those particular rites of passages, I think that's the what as you were to bounce off what you were saying earlier, Wolf. What you seem like they missing because you have a lot of grown men, right, that are grown in age
Mm-hmm.
only.
Only.
You know what I'm saying? Only, not in mentality and not in ways. And that's been a lot of the ones who have been. I see a lot of young guys growing up with that in them. You know what I'm saying? You're adult, but you're not doing grown things because there's no rites of passage, nothing to prove and say that you have done what is required to be considered man. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Hey, Orlando, man, you want a lot of these kids, man, when they be running around, man, they think like jail the place to be, right? Like it's the thing to do. Like if you ain't going to jail or if you ain't been to jail, it's like something missing out of your street cred book or something, right? Man, what was it like being young like that and in jail? I mean, what?
All
Because
right, but
clearly you
well,
wasn't looking to go.
I can say this here. Like when I went, Stony also went. We both went like together. Like I ended up making bond, but I ended up taking the time. But we both met up together in Boonville, right? And it was just a lot. I be feeling sad because there's a lot of dudes that was lost.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they wasn't like
We
it's
helped them out though, bro.
yeah, yeah, but I'm gonna say a lot of them. It got to be in you to be a leader. Like it wasn't no me changing the fact that I was in prison. I was just like, man, I'm 17. I'm a felon now. But once I got in there, it was just like it wasn't nothing to gloat about because if you didn't go in with a name, it's basically pointless. If you was trying to make a name for yourself in prison, if you really didn't come in with people already kind of, oh, okay, I know them, or yeah, they from over here, and a lot of people kind of got washed. You know what I mean? Just mentally. But me being me, I've dealt with a lot. My mama got killed when I was 9, so I had to go from 9 to 18, all the way to when I went to prison with that on my mind. For one, I
yeah,
had to go through school first, through the streets. Now I'm in prison. So my thought process was like, I can't fail You know, I can't become no fag. I can't become nobody you punching on.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't none of that finna go on with me on no level. But
Yeah.
it's a lot that couldn't handle that pressure. So and it is uh what can I say? People in there that prey on the weak. Let me say that. But we was never the weak. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we just, it was just how you carry yourself. And a lot of dudes weren't raised like you say. A lot of people didn't have fathers in their life to raise them to know manners, respect. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I respect the fag out of all things. Because that's still a man when it's all boiled down, and you just don't know. You know, them be the ones that'll kill you. There are a lot of motherfucking punks kill real gangsters and joint. That happens, but you just got to know how to be respectable to the white boys, to who you know whoever. But also, we weren't taking nothing though. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
didn't look for it. We didn't look for problems. I did my time. It's some people could say we did it. Okay, I jail how I wanted to. That's basically all I could really sum it up to. I did what I me and my brothers, we moved how we wanted to move, and we stayed out the way. But if you got in our way, it was like that.
Right.
And half of the prison system knew that. It didn't matter where we went, solo, as twos. It just didn't matter. If you stood as a man, you was good wherever you went.
Absolutely.
And and so my 13 years, man, I seen a lot, and it ain't no place for nobody especially these young dudes that all they know is shooting, cause ain't no guns in there,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and and it take a real man to stab somebody, so they ain't even that. You see what I'm saying? To really put that iron on somebody and all that, man, your mind got to be on another planet, and them guys' minds ain't on it. That
Yeah.
ain't where they at.
Yeah.
They half of them dope fiends and drug addicts, and they everything under the sun. They having withdrawals while they there. It just ain't no place for nobody. These young dudes, and they not trying to listen to you.
Yeah. It's fun till it get real.
Yeah, because if you
Exactly.
put your hands on them, they gonna want to kill you. So you can't even really put your hands on people. So it's a I don't know. I just feel like we could. I feel like we could have did more, but this generation they don't want more. So well, you just got to mess with the ones that want to change. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'll end up losing yourself trying to help somebody that don't want to help themselves, and that ain't what I'm into.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. And then, and that kind of speaks to something because like growing up in Chicago, um, that was ground center, you know,
Hmm.
for GD. So I knew of, a lot of the older guys, right? A lot of
Hmm.
the founding guys. And
Hmm.
man, when they took them off the streets, it turned into the Wild Wild West, right? And so what was that like down here, man? Like, because you guys were like the
You
old head,
want you
right? Y'all
yeah
was like
you
the OGs and
you want to want me to I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. You talking about as far as the chief getting took off the streets, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, I can speak I can speak on this on my end, but I know a lot of brothers felt the same way. So we in Missouri prison. There's a lot of brothers that came from Chicago, but our mentality was we don't want to hear all that. Either you finna plug in what's going on over on this side, because they gonna do the same to us if we was to get locked up in Illinois and go to their prison.
yeah,
Matter of fact, I feel like we in more danger going there than them coming here. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Unless they get into it with the wrong people. But in Illinois, it's going down at all them little camps, and you from somewhere else, But I just felt like folks told on the Chiefs. So my mind always really, especially in '95 when they came with the new stuff, that's when it was all bad with me in Chicago. Like I was just like, I don't care. Because I'm looking at it that y'all sent the Chief, y'all told on the Chief and got him 6 more lives. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I felt kind of mad about that because he didn't deserve it.
yeah,
He didn't deserve and these was full-fledged members that was wearing shit in their badges. They
Right.
recording the man, they doing everything that they shouldn't do. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But so I always looked at it. I don't care about that Chicago stuff. It's about St. Louis BS 794. That's we got our own shit over here,
right,
rules and regulations. So that's where our mind mind state was at. So every time I met a folks from Chicago, now if he was cool, it was cool. But I don't want to hear all that like you the big Don Dada, because that ain't what it is over here. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and personally, I would love to meet the chief, this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I respect that man, his insight and his knowledge that he got is he passed it down to some good brothers that passed it down to us. So that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at with the Chicago. Not to say I hate Chicago, but as far as Chicago G's coming over here to Missouri with all this like they running stuff, that's a no. That is a no go over here. You
Okay.
you can you can take that somewhere else, because I just feel like that, it was over 30 some G's that told on the chief.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, because I mean, I know it's a lot of people I know in Chicago mad about that with the badges and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
MDCs
what I'm saying. And
yeah,
some of them wasn't knowledgeable, but a lot of them knew.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's just how I feel. Now I
yeah.
can't speak for everybody, but me, I ain't saying that I wouldn't embrace a GD from Chicago, but I don't want to hear that like you just like it. That's just, we know where it started, we know the history and all that. Yes, we do, but at the same time, it's 50 states
Mhm.
with GDs in it. You know what I mean? It ain't just Chicago no more. That ain't what. And then half of them came from Mississippi. To be honest with you, some of them migrated from the South to Chicago and started all this stuff. Not too many of them just was born and bred in Chicago. That started running stuff. A lot of them come from different places, and they came.
Yeah.
Then Larry Hoover come from Mississippi.
Yep.
Yeah, you see
Jackson,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
King
but
David Barksdale, he from Mississippi.
you see what I'm saying? So look at who actually started it and where they really from. So that's why I be like, Chicago, y'all ain't the all of all GD spot. 'Cause, we know it started during all that, but I feel like Missouri, we put it on our back when we had it. We represented it, and to this day, even if we ain't interacting with the ones, but when we did it to the fullest. Like, and that's where we was on.
And that'll lead me to my next question because it seemed like it was a lot of structure, right? And how to in when y'all in y'all era in the 80s and early 90s, right? So how does that implement into, and John, I asked you this question. How does that implement into what you do today? Because I heard you say you went to school, you got your degree, you got, you talk to me about that.
Um, when the structure within itself, man, the way it was taught to me, I used to read through all the literature, man. Same way today, I read through all kind of books and have a humongous library. But I used to read through the literature like crazy, and so I just start realizing that it was more than a, what they say. A GD was born, not made. It's a certain character first and foremost that it spoke about in the literature. You know what I mean? Spoke about honesty, spoke about brotherhood, it spoke about
Loyalty.
loyalty. It spoke about uh, developing yourself. I mean, continue that development is a continuous process. First time I ever spoke, actually broke my fear of speaking, was in front of a gang of GDs. Ever since then, every time I opened my mouth about this, like when we did Banks to Brilliance, we did about four different meetings in St. Louis. You remember these, bro? When I
Yeah.
say we talking about 400 and 500 guys showing up for this, and this was all for a positive note. You know what I mean? Because it was at a critical time. At that time, they had brought um, uh, Farrakhan right hand man down to the city because there was a lot of chaos going on. Man, we actually organized brothers and started helping, really started helping each other. They took that as, of course, the society would take that as some sort of threat. So we had all kind of people watching us and uh,
Recording us.
recording us, guys in the meetings recording. I'm talking about, man, it got real deep, but that didn't happen to all of our organizations. Whether you GD, whether you um, Blackstone, whether he was vice law, it would happen to all of our nations, man. To where when you're doing something positive to try to actually reverse some of the damage that's been that happened in our communities, you become more of a threat than you do somebody that would be considered as a help to the community. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, the chairman, they wouldn't even have came at him had he not tried to move politically. As
Yeah.
long as he just stayed in the streets, playing in their game, then he was cool. But when you
Yeah, yeah,
start to
yeah.
actually try to
Once
do
you wake up,
man,
you become a
yeah, as
threat.
long as you start waking up your people to try to help and build something for yourself, you're gonna always incur that. So once I noticed that, it sparked my passion to dive deeper into programming, mental programming. What is it that um that will cause one of our brothers to turn on the other? What is it that will cause one of us to actually get locked up or even consider jail? Meaning, in politics, people get in politics right now only because they know that they can get in position to pass bills to help their people. Ain't no such thing as racism to me. No such thing as racism. Meaning, it's just people do get in position that do things on behalf of their own, and
Right.
there's nothing wrong with it. We are always asking for some help. So once GD brought to me, it opened my eyes as I actually start reading the literature. Because some people just they GD is really gang disciple, not necessarily growth and development. It's more like gang disciple. They carry rags just like a gang member, other opposed to doing. If you actually read the literature, you will actually be trying to do the things we're doing now.
Yeah.
Spread the word, help
Yeah,
our brother, feed our
back then.
families. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Build business, be industrious. You actually do that if you was locked in a cell and all you did was read the literature, you would actually be doing exactly what you would be moving the way we're moving actually today.
You bring something up because like my whole thing, like post my retirement, because I got 4 sons, right?
Yes,
And I raised my nephew, and I had to rescue my nephew from the streets, right?
yes,
He was the oldest of all the kids, and I literally had to go get him off the south side of Chicago and bring him to California with me, right?
Yes.
And but I look at these youngsters now, man, and I'm like, all I want to do really is help them, right? Because they the future of our culture, right?
Yes.
So we losing them, right? And so if they because trust me, they done came, I done had issues with trying to do projects that you figure people get in line to help you do, right?
Yes.
And some of the problems that come from our own people, black people, right?
Yeah.
Then the people in power don't want to see the growth, right?
Uh,
And development. So is it a solution? Like in y'all perspective, how do we move in that system to help? The structure that exists, how do we move in it to try to rescue, you know, some type of future for our grandkids? You know what I'm saying?
okay, okay. I'm my woman has she asked me one day. She was like, why don't y'all just why y'all ain't trying to y'all can reach these kids? I'm like, nah. It's kind of it's almost like you would think that it's past that, but I just feel like if we save one, we doing we doing good because like John said, once we start being loud and they get on to that, they gonna demolish that.
Don't tear
You
it
see what
down.
I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of and they gonna tear it down, and you got to think about it. A lot of us ain't financially stable to take a hit here and there because they gonna come with everything. They might frame you, they might try to kill you. You just don't know. But once they feel like you trying to reach the majority, the minority, it's a problem. That's why a lot of brothers like us, we can't be too voiceful because we the ones they want to we had problems in prison because we had voices. So I can only imagine if we really made noise, it wouldn't last long.
So
Yeah.
you got to be kind of incognito with it. You just
Yeah.
got to, like I say, if we save one, if you could just reach one, that's like Pac said, like somebody say, if my music just reach one person and change their life, he did his job, we did our job. So
Thanks.
that's what, and then if we get lucky and find more, then that's a blessing.
Yeah.
But but you got to look at it's 2025. The state of every state, city in the United States got the same problems, dog.
Yeah.
They got every minister and streetwalker,
Hmm.
the angels. They got everybody and they mama trying to, and
But
ain't
you know what I've
nobody.
been noticing? They've been what people be peeping to though. Why a
Yeah,
lot of movements don't go as far. Uh, Another thing that the literature taught me was to be about what you talk about
but yeah. That's
at
another
all
thing.
times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Honesty
yeah,
is very, very, and it's very important. If you're gonna do it, do it. If you're not gonna do it, don't say you're gonna do it. And see, the thing is with a lot of organizations, yeah, they get money, they get funded, they go out there and they make all the noise. You see all the banners everywhere, but nothing ever changes. The best way to do it, I can say, is for us to do what we've been doing, us in these small circles who are discussing this, be about what we talk about so that you don't show so you don't show that two-sidedness. Because even with the church, yes, the Lord gonna save you, but the problem is you don't feel it because it's not always, you feel something ain't right in certain places. I mean, I believe wherever you got to go to help yourself is good, whether it's the church, whether it's the mosque, whether it's the masjid, it doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somewhere. But I think a lot of the movements probably are hurt because when people put the action and they match the word with the action, it's a disconnect right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And us as men, as long as we be about what we talk about, it meaning when a young guy, we tell him something. Hey, look, little brother, I'll be back. You need something? Or you need? I got you.
yeah,
Take this number. Give me a call. And if you be about what you talk about with that young man, they're gonna respect it. A lot of times, guys just don't do that. It's a bunch of conversation, but there's no action about that. You know what I mean? And they
yeah,
do be respecting being what's real. They even rap about it in their own way
Yeah.
about what's real. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. I just feel like we gotta just try to reach the ones who want to be reached, cause you can, any job provide help you provide for a household. It's just how you go about trying to find that job that you because like you say, a lot of people try to go get a job. They really don't want that job. They just trying to get a job.
We gotta
You
make
know?
those careers important.
Yeah. You gotta
I mean, like
just
instead of everybody wanting to be a rapper or something, man, we really got to make certain like local political positions important, man, because that's where the power is. Us actually stepping up and taking our place in the affairs of men. Because right now we just letting. I was talking to another young guy. He was at the right age. I was like, you can go to the force. He really had a problem with going to the police force, right? And I get the stigma behind it. I'd have been to the penitentiary, of course. But all I'm saying is, if the people who do decide to take that job just happen to be people who don't look like you, I don't know what we supposed to expect from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
to be honest, I wish I
I
would
don't
have
know
got
what
in
we
them
supposed
good
to expect
positions.
from them.
Leah went to. I wish I would have stayed GD. I mean, I'm GD, but at the
Yeah,
time, stayed GD while trying to get a good ass job
yeah,
as a
yeah,
youngin. That was
right,
the goal that even Wolf was trying because he was like, you got to stay in school. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't finish school, but I got my GED in prison too. I went got trades under my belt, all that. I did all that because I knew I never was dumb. I had a behavior problem. It's a
Yeah.
different bit. You don't you ain't I've been knowing how to read and write all my life. My peoples were good people. They didn't teach me to be just some old knucklehead, grow up to be some knucklehead young man and just nothing with my life. But like I say, if people just understand that you can set limits
Yeah.
and without no you don't even have to have no ceiling and you don't got to listen to nobody. I wish I had learned how to work on cars. I still could have been GD, but to me I didn't know no better. I'm full time, not trying to away from the house, beefing with my daddy here and there. A lot of stuff was going on, but still I wish I would have learned that from him. At least I'd have had that under my belt because that'll forever be a useful trade to have is to work on cars. Everybody gonna always need their car worked on.
I need a clutch right now. Right now.
You see what I'm saying?
I need a clutch. No, no, what was it? Two
Yeah,
days ago.
yeah.
2 days ago, car wasn't going to nothing but third.
Right.
So now the BMW dealership could get like 2,000. So yeah,
Right.
I already
That's what I'm
know.
saying. So my mind is so different now, but I still know that you can't in today age, you can't be just out here just sleeping.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't afford. You can't even afford not to be woke. If you're not woke, I think you lost. You
yeah.
really gonna be lost. And the only way you can wake up is if you want to wake up. I can't make nobody wake up. Cause I done talked I done talked so much, me Stone, we done talked about so much just real life issues to people that we love and they still going in circles.
Right.
Offline, man. I'm gonna talk to both you brothers, man, about
Yeah.
project I got going right now. That's real
All
quiet,
right.
right?
Okay.
But
Cool. I,
it, it,
I
it
I'm
it's a
down.
thing. Yeah, it's a
I'm
thing.
down.
It's a thing, and I think that like I feel like I know Wolf, you know, 2 decades, right? Because
Yeah.
he a dude that if he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it, right?
Yep.
And I'm the same way. And I think that's how we building our bond because absolutely everything I said I was gonna do, everything, I done it, right? No
Yeah.
matter what I gotta do to do it, right? I don't
Yeah.
care, because this a labor of love right here, bro. Like the man is exposing himself, right?
Yeah.
And his
Mhm.
life, and his journey, the highs and the lows. It take a lot to be able to do
It
that.
does.
And then, here I come saying, okay, well, I'm gonna help you tell your story the right way, right? And that's a lot of lifting too, because it's a lot of research, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of hours. But when you look at it, it's worth it, right? Because
Yeah.
his story can help so many people, man, that what he went through was my fear for my four sons and my nephew their whole life, right? Because they were growing up around all these white girls, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but they just way they growing up, and I had to come in and tell them every day, like, look, man, y'all athletes, because I tell them all the time, man, y'all. I used to give money too, like, boy, y'all sure made me look good on game day, right? Because
Mhm.
they always was the best athlete on the field, right? And
Right.
all of them, I got all four of my sons all the way through, and they all went and did something in college. They all college educated. They all participated at some level of sports uh, in college. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thankful they ain't get lost in the sauce
Right.
uh, through it. And I can look at all four of them. I got one who a banker. I got one who in the Air Force. I got one who a cop, just became a cop officially in July. Then I got one who, and man, they pay cop. This dude making
What? What?
police officer, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, they paying this dude 100,000 a year,
I
20, 25. I'm like,
bet.
boy, you better
Bet.
not never leave that job. You
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Got benefits, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like he went from, hitting me up like that. You
Yeah.
got 20, Dad, you
Yeah.
got 30. I'm hitting him up like, yo, you shoot me something. And just
Right.
just
Right.
to be doing it, he always be like,
Yeah.
he here come the Zell, and I send it right back to him, but I just be like, you know what? It sure is good to hit you up and say, I need the whole stuff. You
Exactly.
go ahead and
Mhm.
shoot. And I
Yeah.
want that for every kid out there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
to have an opportunity
Yep.
to find a career in something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Because you
so,
affect change from the inside out, baby.
man, absolutely. And I see, man, in this in Wolf's story, man, how like you said, man, reach one. Early
Yep.
on, Wolf told me a story about
Yeah.
one he reached, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that'll hold you till you reach the next one.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why I say if we could reach one, you accomplish
No,
something.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree
That's
with
one
you,
of the
man.
biggest accomplishments
Yeah,
you can have.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because this, like, say if this Zoom call, this was going out to some people to listen to how we all just talk, it might reach somebody.
Well, it's
If
definitely
somebody
going
might
out.
be like,
Hopefully it
I
will.
went through the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me, that's you got to do it. I don't want to say under the table, but we gotta be quiet and it's silent.
No,
Say the
you
Silence is a
revolution would
killer,
not be
man.
televised this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
yeah. Silence is a killer. You know, people.
It would not be
Somebody.
televised.
Yeah, somebody move up on you silently. He can get you. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
because when you get out there and like you say and say this pop off real big, the bigger people they coming.
Yeah.
Stoney just dealt with it with that bangers, the brilliance. That boy, they had people wearing wires on us, man.
Telling you.
And we went on nothing. I know the feds. Matter of fact, the feds actually got involved where our names was out there, like we was these old Godfather
Mhm.
individuals out here. And I know
Yeah.
they was like, when they looked at our, they were like, these niggas ain't got a bank account, a car, a house, or nothing. You gotta be lying. You got to be lying. Because the
Let
man
they
said
know.
we was running whole complexes with heroin.
Exactly.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. The man wrote wires at all the little meetings and everything. I was like, wow. And I end up seeing the dude. And when he seen me, he said, I know you want to kill me. I said, oh, no, no, no,
No, not
no.
at all.
Oh. I
Talking
said,
to,
I said,
hey, you
I
talking to
said,
his
I
glasses, his
told
belt buckle.
Hey,
You
Yeah,
talking.
yeah,
I told
yeah.
that dude, I say, hey, nigga, I don't want to kill you. I say, but what I want to know is why you do try to do me out of all
Right,
people.
right,
I said, I
right.
let you sleep at my sister's house, man. He was, oh man, I said, nigga, I seen the paperwork already. And he just held his head down. I got on out of there because nigga, you might be wired now, and I don't want no
You
threatening
better
that I
believe
threatened
me.
I'm telling you.
you. So
So that Wolf, and I got a question for you in a minute, man. But that talk to me about that, man. That's such a real thing, man. That what I'm saying, like the guy next to you, got his glasses or his belt or got whatever it is, man. Like at what point did y'all become aware, man, that man these dudes out here really like flipping and trying to put us in harm's way.
okay, I can say I'm gonna say it, then I'm move out the way. Snitching, I always been out here from the beginning of the time. But when that incident happened to us, that let me know. You talking about somebody who just did 13, got out, did 13, stayed out for 2, went back for 2, and I'm fresh out. And this what happened. This was going on. And I was like, and I actually went in the streets or nothing. I was trying to debate which route I wanted to really go, and I had already leaned towards just doing it the right way at this time. And this individual put us in a whirlwind that we had no knowledge of. Man, this dude was moving that smoothly. They sent them that quick. And we start figuring out. He was like, "Yeah, man, y'all got all the guns. Nigga, we ain't got no guns." We start kind of, we start catching on to him. Nigga, what you keep on asking us about? But it was too
But
late because he done had all the information.
it was solidified when the paperwork came
Yeah,
home.
a matter of fact, the paperwork I had it. I gave it to Stoney. Stoney got it right now. I was reading it. It says the John Fisher was running her run through. They only knew me by drop. They kept saying
Angus the
drop.
Brilliant was a GD money laundering front. You're like, what?
Man, they went. That
I was
nigga went
like,
in, and the dude was a respectable little individual. That's what killed me.
and
I'm
he
like,
wasn't the
what?
only one. That's the problem. He wasn't the
Nah,
only
he
one.
wasn't
That
the
was
only
the
one.
biggest problem.
That was
No,
crazy work. But he sent at least 6 down to the
yeah,
feds. He said
from
6 of
from
them up.
between St. Louis and Chicago.
Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, he told on the Chicago Connect. That man told so much stuff, and we wasn't involved. He told on other stuff that trickled down because of one individual that was in that big old circle dealt with the Bangers of Brilliance, and that was CB. The man told on, but he not only did he tell on CB, he told on Stoney, me, and 2 other individuals. We like, nigga, is you for real, my boy? But I know the feds looked at our records and was like, these niggas ain't got a window, a pot to piss in or a window to throw out. So they can't be talking about they getting money.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
They couldn't.
Right.
yeah,
But but
yeah,
it's all good, man. We just gotta. But when you righteous, that's what be coming with it, man.
What they come
Because
with.
because we was only trying to help.
yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
It was the numbers, though. It's the numbers.
Yeah, we had numbers, man.
It
And
was
I
the
wasn't even
numbers.
trying to get in there. I was like, I went to one, they were like, sign your name in this book. I nigga, you crazy. I ain't signing nothing. I'm finna come all ears, I'm supporting.
Well,
Wolf,
And
talk.
that one nigga who was wearing the wires was right there that day too. I'm like, man, I'm glad.
Your third eye
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
was active that
Talking about
day.
write your name and your GD name. Oh, nigga, you crazy.
Do the work for us. Go
Right,
ahead and do
right.
the work for us.
Man, I swear to God, and that same dude was right there, man. That's why I be like, it's crazy. Cause I mean, like I say, man, we been through a lot. I learned a lot from Wolf. Basically, man, he been always been a big brother to me. Even when I ran into him in prison, I had to let him know, man. Look, I'm 16. I ain't 16 no more.
Right.
Hey, this was it's what you because it was so much stuff being said there. I say it's what you showed me today, right here. And my bro was there every time he went to the store. If I didn't have it, I had it. You want ice cream, pizza, whatever my heart wanted. You need some pictures. You want to take pictures. Wolf was there for the brothers he had love for, and then the ones he met that he ended up growing to love. They all understood what we was about because now everybody's like, man. Cause they treated us like Al Qaeda when we was when Wolf was in prison. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying. So once you get to having numbers, you're going to have a problem, man. They sent Wolf somewhere all the way, and Charles they kidnapped him and took him away. Man, they rolled up two buses and just got to read niggas' name out. And somebody said, "Hey, they say they come to get you." I was like, "Oh man." I'm trying to go home. They talking about I was the underboss. I said, the underboss?
Oh
I was like,
no.
how the hell you the underboss? They were like, you just the one that don't be seen, but you call the shots. I was, nah, this is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we did a lot, man. But like I say, Wolf restored a lot of order. And I don't want to say clean his name up because he never did nothing, but he brought honor to his name to the ones who was disrespecting it in prison, for sure.
And you know
Yeah.
what? You just led me to my last question. I want to let you take this one, Wolf. Talk to me, man, about structure, like the structure you tried to put down in the beginning, or that you did put down, because I heard that mentioned between you two brothers several times about the structure, and then tell me like what these brothers mean to you, all of them. You know what did it mean to you, and how do you draw from that right now? So I guess that's three questions.
Well, just to listen to my brothers now, because we got 30 years, 30 plus years under our belts, and just to see them grow, just to listen to them, it's a reason that I gave Stoney, John Fisher, the rank high priest, because you got to imagine somebody 17, 18 speaking like that back then. It's unheard of. And he caught my attention, caught my eye, and I was very impressed, and we bonded even more. Uh, I trusted him with my life, and there's certain individuals that you have in your triangle. You have to develop each and every one of them because there was no weak links that we had. We were just built different, you know. Um, and with Drop, you know, he like I said, he when I seen him when he was 15, 16, man, he was a young pit bull. And when I left to go play ball, and I got caught up with the child support, and I ran into him again in 2002 in Algoa Correctional Center. You know, he told me, and you know, I knew there was a lot of stuff was said about me. And a lot of people didn't know my face. Like I said, they just knew the name and about what people said they when they see me, what they gonna do to me. And first person ran up to me was Drop. He said, "Man," he pointed every individual out that says that was slandering my name, putting me down, and because they heard something, they ain't had no proof or facts, they just heard something, and I corrected it in front of everybody because there was nothing weak about me or weak about my folks. But for you, the outside looking in, you see that we was very structured, we were very disciplined. It wasn't a part about put our hands on each other, making sure everybody was disciplined. We just built different. It's like discipline inside ourselves. But like Drop and a few other will do, they'll be disobedient because they just wild. You want them to be that when we doing other things, but sometimes when we do a structure, we have knuckleheads, but we have love for each other as well. So love can never outshine the hate. That was never that, because we are our brother's keeper to this day, and it shows you. Guys got great businesses, owning their own companies, just to see the growth. And I'm very happy, very proud of these guys that believed in me, even even when it was real dark at one time. They never turned their head or turned their back on me,
Yeah.
and that proved a lot when I reunite with them. And the loyalty is always in us. So, like I said, we were just built different.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, and I'm gonna get to the point. It's kind of funny how we all had this going on, and I was leading everybody the right way. And Chicago already had a dude supposed to have been established to be the governor, but he didn't have the numbers. I had the numbers, so Chicago had to come down to see what was going on, because this in particular one, he jumped on one of ours. And we corrected that. He ran back to Chicago and told everybody what happened. Chicago came to St. Louis and found out, damn, this dude really got some structure. He got these brothers, they on point. And they never saw that type of stuff. Like I said in my earlier podcast, Chicago never had Crips and Blood problems. We did.
So back in 1993, my brother had to go to court at Jennings Police Station, which where I'm in right now. So this is the courtroom. This in there. See, that's the courtroom. So this is the hallway that we're in right now. This metal detector wasn't here back in 93. So we came here to support my brother. And like I said before, I was showing the new style of talking without talking, just using our hand signals. So it was a guy in here, he was like standing right next to the water fountain right there. We didn't know if he was a Crip. We didn't know who he was. Come to find out later, he was a disciple. So making a long story short again, he had a gun on him. And we didn't know if he was here to do something to my brother. We didn't know anything. But we peeped out there's a gun on him. So I'm telling my disciple brothers, I'm talking to him with my hands. Let him know, hey, he's an enemy, which I rubbed down my left arm. To hold him, I grabbed my right ear. And, we got up on him and got the gun from him. And he ran out the door. So just let you know, the signs and symbols are for the large minds to know. There's three minds of a person: small, medium, and large. Always stick with a large mind, period. So that's what it was going back in 93. Just the hallway. So, all right.
One day we at the house and it's this army dude, man. And now don't get it twisted. I never want to see my brother lose no fight, but also I would like to see him in a close fight. Cause everybody don't fought, he dog walk. He beat the shit out of him. But there was this army dude came to the house this night, right? He had the army fatigues, the shiny boots, he got the army man walk and almost like identical to brother, but my brother ain't been in service, he been in GD school, so that I need to see, it's a curse here. He talking to me like that, he's a black dude. What was this, man? So, he like, I need to see your brother, he's here, and he had sex with my wife. I shut the door, boom, I go right there, run down the steps. Hey, it's the dude upstairs in the front door right now, talking about putting hands on you about some woman. Gotta find out he was cracking, I think her name was Althea. Yeah, Althea. And bro come out, was like, he played it real smooth, like, what's up, who your woman? And the guy telling me, it's like, all right, so what, we supposed to bang over some pussy? Dude didn't take it like that, that's his wife. He threw some lazy ass shit at bro, and I'm like, damn, ain't gonna be a fight. So bro ended up dog walking him through the whole front yard, up the tree, up on him. He just beat him, just hauled him out. And while he on him, it's raining. Althea come out of nowhere, she got the umbrella, she used that motherfucker like a spear and hit Wolf in the top, stabbed him in the top of his forehead. Now I didn't want that, because then not that I didn't want him hurt, but he turned into a damn monster. It was all bad for both of them then. It was all bad about the and her husband.
Hey, what is the The Wolf of Ball Street.
The Wolf
Podcast.
from Wall Street podcast.
BALL.
Yeah. You saw the movie The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. Yeah, when they
Okay,
talk about
so
stock and all that.
yeah. So we just took a play off of it, and to kind of merge the softball, baseball, you know, with
Man,
the
send me the link.
street
That's
kind of.
what's coming up, man. That's what's coming up.
Yeah,
The movie.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
It's one word. The Wolf of Ball Street.
yeah,
Podcast.
Oh,
podcast. Yeah,
Make sure you put podcast on there. You're sorry. This gonna be the 6th episode.
yeah,
And
damn.
when we grind all this together, then the documentary, then the movie come out.
right.
Oh yeah, man.
But I got it. My main thing was, like I told bruh, Black Tie's got to be told. It's got to be told because
Yeah, for sure.
it's definitely a part of me. But it's y'all though.
Cause it's all blacktop now. I mean, every section part of anybody's blacktop now, from my understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard not, man. That's almost like it's almost like
I tried to get Peaches on her, but she had to work, man.
yeah,
I wish I would have got her on
man.
her.
It's almost like taking different sections of barrels or something. And then you have a section that come in. This section where it started, come on over here, then they come in the section, and that's where the stronghold is.
Well, the
And
thing
so it
is,
just everybody
we
just
gonna TP. We gonna get there's gonna all this a lot of stuff gonna be reenactment too.
Yeah,
okay.
And D gonna put it all together, man. And him and Dre and whatever I can do. But it's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
most definitely so.
let me react my own scenes.
oh
Yeah.
man, listen, check this out. I got a whole thing in mind. So
Yeah.
I got a whole
You
thing,
most definitely can do that.
and then in doing the podcast, man, it really like helped me know the story more and more and more
Say,
and more
man.
and more.
D, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something for real, for real, for real. If all the different stories and stuff that come in, remember when Scarface visited the hood and they did that the film thing in front of the crib?
Was it in front of Gus?
No, I was in front of my house on the blacktop.
For real?
Ask Danny them about that. Scarface, yeah, the rapper, man.
Yeah, I know
The
what you're
rapper.
talking about.
Yeah,
Talking about Danny G?
yeah, yeah. But what I'm saying is, man, from so many individuals, if they even begin to tell the stories, man, you got a whole movie, a series,
Well,
not movies.
hold on.
You got a
It's good
gang
you
of
say that.
series.
Yeah, you got that's what
You
I'm
got a
saying.
gang of series.
No, it's good you say that because that's the plan.
Mhm.
Podcast, documentary, movie, series, TV series, right?
Yeah.
Series don't never end because they
No, it
forever.
don't never end.
It's a
And so
gang of scripts.
yeah, and
Man.
so the reason, like when I first got introduced to the podcast and me and Wolf started talking, like we spent a lot of time talking, right? The plan was we needed to start to do something to create a buzz, right?
Mhm.
Right.
To tell the story in his own words, where these television people, these production people, because see, with this episode, we're gonna have enough because I made a press kit for him. What, the first day, second day?
Yeah.
Second day, I put a press kit together, but we needed some links to put in there, right?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna send this to the Breakfast Club. I'm gonna send it to Don Lemon. I'm gonna send it to Joy Reid. I'm
Man,
gonna
I
send
don't
it
like
to.
none of them motherfuckers you talking about now.
Hey,
I'm joking.
but you know what? They got the platform to move.
I'm talking shit, man. I
I know
don't know
you
nothing
are.
about
I know
nothing,
you are.
man.
But you know what? Whoever bite, we just need to get the word out, right?
Mhm.
Because then that's gonna start leading to other stuff, right? And so I got enough bandwidth in my phone book to get it moving. We just needed to put together enough material so that we can, so people outside of St. Louis know the story, right? Because this is a story, right? And we just scratching the surface. We could do a whole season just on blacktop, like The Wire. You know what I'm saying? So So I've been looking at a lot of stuff. See, the wire kept moving around the same neighborhood, telling different angles of the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we gonna do, man. And so, as much control as we can keep. See, the more we do the stuff we're doing right now to lay the foundation, we keep the control in this part. Cause y'all know Wolf, man. Wolf don't play good with people, man. They you ain't finna be doing
Hey,
no
Right.
no
Yeah.
crazy stuff, and
Right.
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Hold on a second,
Right.
D. So, Ace and say, just to let you know, this ain't no bullshit. The man already put 25 grand into me. So, and plus he know people. So it's going down. I just want to let y'all know it's going
Yeah,
down, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
yeah. I cleared away other stuff that I was doing. Cause I met Wolf and Say same time, right?
Man,
And
that's
so
crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
Both of them
and
brothers got a
so
hell of a story.
yeah, for sure. And so the day before that, I had just made the decision to move away from a project that was millions, right? But it's gonna cost me a piece of my soul, right?
Mm.
So ain't no funny shit, ain't no gay shit, ain't none of that, none
Yeah.
of that industry
Yeah.
stuff. But it was like
Yeah.
I can't mess with the people involved, right? Because that means something to me, right? I got to
Yeah.
be able to rotate and like who I'm working with. Like I can go make some money with somebody I don't mess with, right?
Yeah.
But if I don't respect you, I ain't messing with you, right?
Mm.
And that's just nigga shit right there, right?
Bro, it's crazy. I'm glad y'all doing this, man. I simply tell you, man, from the racism stuff, man, from the cops putting guns in on the back of our heads, and man, I can go on and on and on and on.
See, and
You
I
know what
gotta,
I'm saying?
yeah, like I'm gonna have to come, like spend some real time with you. Like I'm gonna have to come to Dallas and sit
Well, shit,
down.
you got this cat was right here with you. Like they all of them. But yeah, it is. I'm with all of it, man. But as I sit and think about all this, man,
For sure.
it's a
And we,
lot of stories that can be told.
yeah, and
You know
we
what I'm
need all of
saying?
that, and we don't need these cameras present when we talking. You know what
So
I'm
the thing
saying?
is,
Hell no.
let
You
me
know
just
what I'm
start
saying?
I
once a
ain't trying to
year.
get incriminated for nothing back.
Yeah, B
Fuck
once a
that.
year that Blacktop they throw a picnic for themselves, and the
Mhm.
numbers are big.
Yeah,
They do it in a productive way, and it's a beautiful thing.
yeah,
We got pictures of all that too.
yeah. We
I want
need
all
to.
that to be seen, that showing that all these brothers, they half century, everybody's half century now, 50 and over.
Yeah,
And to
Yeah.
be successful what they're doing as individuals, that's growth
yeah.
and development in itself.
And
I
that's the
think
story.
I think that'd be good to show that on the back end, but people like grimy shit. And we got a whole lot of grimy stuff to tell, man, but it's real that we could have been
Yeah,
swallowed up in so many
yeah,
ways before, man.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Fact. So we gonna get to it, man. Y'all, man. I appreciate y'all brothers hopping on, man,
yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
and we got to do this again. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we can
Yeah.
just make it a tap in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We just
Maybe you can go up there in Florida, man, and try to get an interview or something.
Yeah.
if I'm gonna tell you what though, for real, if we
That'll
make
be
enough, if we
dope.
make enough, if we make enough noise, man, and we get the right people involved, that definitely can happen. Cause these niggas be, they got serial killers that they let them sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
To these cameras
Yeah.
on Netflix
Yeah.
every day, right?
Yeah. Hey, Dahmer gave a fucking interview.
100%.
Jeffrey Dahmer
So
gave
who
an
did?
interview.
Yeah,
yeah, and
Shit.
so we
Charlie
gon'
Manson gave interviews.
well,
yeah we
when you start looking to face, when you start looking at that straight out of blacktop, man, that's a whole he almost got away type shit.
well
Yeah,
I
it
told Wolf
is.
from the gate, I say, look, man, we need to put a production company together, right?
Mm.
And just tell all the stories. But your story go first, and then we just tell them all. All y'all got a story. You know what I'm saying?
But the
And
Well, I
story
think
is the story is a branch off my tree, and it's
that's
all
why
go
you got to
together.
go first. Yep. That's why you got to
yeah,
go first and set it up, and then really, plant this thing in deep soil. right? So it keep rolling, man. And then
Right.
Say was telling me about his books and his writing, man. So why
Yeah.
shouldn't you definitely need to have that all stood
Well,
up?
see, I'm finna go back and watch some things too, because some of the stuff I was saying with Wolf, I think like you know, even Star, that's the series even go within they making. These two cats because uh, when you think about it, I'm a motherfucker myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Alone. But just think about this for a second. I ain't trying to give kudos to myself. I don't need that from nobody. But just think about who Say Brother is Wolf. Just think about his whole career and all that. So it'd be good to go back to their childhood and how we even get to this damn point. Then I meet this guy, and from this guy, I meet this guy, and this guy controlling everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the beauty of it is you got two other brothers, as me and say, we all brothers in the same organization. That's the love in itself. That's loyalty with each other.
yeah,
For sure, I get that. But what I'm saying is, in order to stretch it, you know, I've heard some today. I heard some today that I didn't know.
Who's that?
And that's kind of the back history of it. Now, y'all brought up somebody that I knew before I even knew y'all, because I went to grade school with the both of them.
The mind.
D-Money?
Yeah, and then he goes over there, and I always thought IGD was over there like Cool Valley and over there like Berkeley, almost over that way, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, but knowing the history, I don't even know how y'all even came about it.
About what?
I don't even know how y'all even came to you don't get to asking them questions when we moving in groups.
As
So
you should. I
so
came about it.
it was he started it. I'm just a ball player, and he was more of a people person than I was back in the
Oh,
day.
I kind of heard the story. Yeah,
He
when in the
him and
documentary.
Bam Rico and some others, they went to a house
No, see,
party.
I don't know all that.
Yeah, he 12. We moved to Moline, so that's Castle Point area, this GD area.
Yeah.
He go to a little party and shit. I'm out there in Berkeley playing baseball. Niggas my age jumped him, beat the shit out of him because they was jealous because he a pretty boy, and they jumped him, beat his ass. I come back, see him all laid up. He asked my mama, can he go to 7-Eleven and and play the game or some shit. The dudes that jumped him can't saw my brother, and so my brother like, oh shit, said that little nigga that we just beat. So my brother, he already got the story out, so it's funny as a motherfucker how he told it. But I came
Wait,
in because
when
my
did you
brother
tell
got
that story in this thing right now?
nah. It was like on his little thing, his spiel he threw on YouTube. It's funny the way he did it is kind of funny. But make a long story short, he's trying to hide from these dudes in the 7-Eleven. He 12.
Hey, hey, don't you know when you was coming to the 7-Eleven when we stayed on Gardner?
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
know
in that
shit.
mother. Don't you know when that motherfucking door opened, it always said doo doo. It
Yeah.
made that noise. But
Yeah.
right to your left, they got the video games, the pinball and shit.
Yeah.
I'm jamming, but I got my quarters lined up,
And
and
he all beat up.
you can
His
see the
eyes still
reflection
fucked
off
up.
the game of the motherfucker who coming in. I ain't even healed up yet. My nose been broke, so both my eyes still black. My reels
Oh, they
been two of
whooped
my
you.
reels been broke. You dig? I couldn't take deep breaths yet, but I came up here to get one of these banana slushies and play the game. And when I heard it, ain't that little nigga that was, and my motherfucking heart dropped. Cause I'm looking
Yeah.
up, cause I can't take another punch. I'm tired,
Yeah.
die. I fucking die.
Yeah.
I'm a punch right now. Cause I was still, I wasn't mad. You putting ointment on that motherfucker, I pass out. Yeah, man. So I see him. I'm going around the way where you make the slushies. So I'm like, oh shit. And they going, they squaring off. Then that
Yeah.
motherfucker said, doo, doo. The door did it again, right? I look up. Oh man, fella, my chest got good. I wasn't hurting no more.
Because
I,
he didn't T, he didn't see me. He didn't see me.
Yeah.
He only heard my voice. Because
I
I
heard
asked
the voice.
because I
He
said,
always
y'all got any chocolate milk?
And that's what he drink chocolate milk. He don't. I said, oh yeah. I said, that's the niggas. He said, what? I said, that's them
But you done healed
niggas.
up. You the Wolverine healed all of a sudden.
And I had Bird and Tiny in the car with me.
Bird and Tiny was in the car. They already knew. Wolf was like, go on, get out. And they looking at me. They looking at me like, nigga, but they standing still like who is this nigga? Right? I'm like, y'all about to find the fuck out. And as soon as I come out, Bird and Tiny, they got them little bats them out of his Berkeley ball bag. They getting out the car with the bats. They like, go on, get in the car. And they get out and go on in there with him. And when you turn around, where all them the magazines at the front, all the Hulk Hogan, man, this Wolf got Junebug by the back of his ass, by the back of his pants and his neck. He touching every magazine on this motherfucker. I'm looking at this shit. He's scraping this motherfucker. This is a nigga who broke me up. Right?
Yeah.
Man, he's scraping the shit out this motherfucker. That's me getting my lick back.
And Bird and Tiny had bats. They just cracking
Bird
other
and
dudes.
Tiny, they crack. You heard the cracks. You heard it sound like cracks. You heard the cracks. Yeah.
So that's how
that's
we
the whole motherfucking season.
That's how it all started.
And then that's when them dudes out there, because they had little cliques out there. Wolf ain't knowing about these little
was
crews.
they GDs?
No, they
had gangsters taking over. They called GTO. They had the Hathaway Hustlers. They had Castle Point Dogs. And then of all them,
I remember all that shit.
Then you had BGD on Royal Drive. That was Andre and them. And they was like overseeing all the shit.
Hold up. That just made me think about something. Remember when you called him, your brother them down there, G's?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You say
when
what?
You called on him when we was at school?
At school. Yeah, we had got into it with some motherfuckers.
Wait a minute.
And it was him.
Wait a minute.
Bird. It was about 7 of them. They all had on tank tops.
All of them. But
and
what y'all don't understand is, it was 2 different parties. You had the West Side Mob, some cats from the West Side. They come all the way up there. It wasn't the West Side Mob, but some cats from the West Side because they called themselves the Get Busy Boys. We was the Get Busy Boys for y'all came.
Yeah, Get Busy Boys. I remember that.
You understand? So, and then we had some issues with some, I don't even think it was with Dre and all them yet or whatever. It was something. There was 2 different parties coming for us.
Yeah, we was banging with it at the time.
Y'all didn't even, it wasn't even y'all beef. It was our beef.
So
but it became all out of jealousy.
All I know is he called me from school.
All I know is y'all saved our ass. That's what I know.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Once I realized that you, Shaw, I already knew Shaw, you, Docky, Brandy, Merv, what's my man Carlos, Tanico, once I realized at that time up there, we crew, we folks.
Man,
I got a call.
I'm like, man, what we gonna do?
I could make a call. Mother's come right up St. Cyr and be right here, right when we come out.
And that's just what the hell happened.
The fuck, whatever.
It had to be about 30.
I made that famous 430 call.
So did. See, man, you talking about them stories, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So you just in heard, some serious beef. Now keep in mind, man, like I'm getting tired of the bullshit. Because I'm still a young nigga. No, all I'm trying to do is get some money. But all these jealous motherfuckers and this and that, and we get beef from different parts of the city, period.
Terrell, did you know Snowboy?
Oh, man, Snowboy was a problem.
He gave me my first gun.
That dude was, you gotta mention that cat in, even though he wasn't even.
He was a beast.
He wasn't nothing. He wasn't nothing with us. We had beef. I remember, but that nigga,
he was part of some of the mold.
Y'all section because
over where we at. He from my
but that nigga, no, I remember that nigga.
D, we're finna go a minute, but I want you to tell the story when Snowboy rode up on at the house. I was in prison at the time. When he came, you was out there shooting basketball. When you threw a brick at his house.
Oh
That nigga
yeah.
was
Watch this,
off
D. Hold on.
chain.
Hey, I threw a brick through his mama front window. I had a newspaper wrapped up on it and wrote "Get Out Slob" on it, and threw that motherfucker through his mama front window. Major mistake. It was a rookie mistake.
Yeah, that
Don't get
nigga
it
wasn't no
twisted.
bull. He wasn't no
It was a
chump at
rookie
all.
mistake. I was still young with it. You know, I'm a super cat.
Look.
And
What was
I
he, a
see this.
blood? What was he, a
Yeah,
blood?
he
He was
was
a
a
blood.
blood for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
So this yellow Nova pulling up in front of my mama house, right? I
Yeah.
see some Reddy tonics hanging out the passenger side. So I'm like, okay, it's happening, right? So he hop out, and I'm looking, and Snowboy Byron, he's short as a motherfucker.
So, yeah.
He's short as a motherfucker. He got Kirby in the passenger side and got Free Gary behind him. I don't know what it is, but I just know it was like a
I remember
long pipe
all them
gun.
niggas, man.
It was a long. All I seen the barrel, like, know that Joker gun off the
Yeah.
old Joker with a barrel like it could
That was
sit on
long,
one
right.
side of
That
the
was
screw
long.
and smack you
Yeah.
across your nose
Take
from one side.
forever to pull it out.
Just see the long. You don't see the handle. You see the barrel of this motherfucker,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
He say, he say, he got the brick. He got the brick. Hey, and he said the most gangster shit I ever heard in my motherfucking life. Dig what he say to me. He throw the brick at me like, you did that shit? I'm like, man, he say, did you do that shit? I said, yeah. He said, well, I do some stupid shit like that. My response is, I thought we was static.
No beefing.
I thought we was beefing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He say, nigga, we was beefing. He said, have you ever shot your mama house up? I said, no. Have you killed any of your partners? I said, no. Well, nigga, we ain't beefing.
damn.
I
Yeah,
said, you
dog.
right.
No.
You right. And right
No.
after that, he goes up to Dance America with me where I had some little funk at.
Mm.
And we got on, he cleared some shit out for me. And dudes thought I was a blood from that incident.
Oh, that's where that come from.
Okay.
That's
Dude,
where that
but
come
they
from.
not knowing Snow, he got iron for days.
Man, that nigga, hey, dog, I ain't gonna
And,
lie.
and, and if he fuck with you, he gonna get on front line with you with
Man,
some real iron.
Yeah.
But
man,
And he
before,
gonna
it
make
was
sure you get
fuck that nigga.
away.
When me and
One
E
of his
was
main
walking,
things, one of his main things was to get away, and that's why it's so sad to hear how he died.
yeah, the
They,
law
they
undercover shot him. Well,
no, he fell off the back of the they was getting down on him. He was in the back of an El Camino getting off, and the partner skirted off. And he fell off, and they kept going, and them dudes got on his line.
no,
They
I thought
knocked.
an undercover shot him over there down by my way or something. That ain't the
Nah,
story.
not Snowboard, not Byron Collier.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah,
So so he fell off the back of a car.
off of the back of the what's them El Caminos?
Yeah,
Off the back of one of those. He was getting. He's so small.
yeah.
He back there getting off, and they skirting this motherfucker, and he fell off that motherfucker, and they kept going.
Dang.
but deep
And
before all that
so
went
then they
down.
shot him up.
Yep, that's the dude that they was getting on.
Yeah.
That's their neighborhood.
Because
Wow.
before all that even happened, D, we played football with each other because we all stay in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Moline
Moline
and
against
Castle
Castle
Point.
Point. Moline against Hathaway.
So every time I used to hear this name Snowboy all the time, like, and when I found out who it was, I'm like, Little Snowboy? But he gave me
Little Byron.
he gave me a
You know, Little
357.
Byron, like
Yeah.
He gave
we're
me
like, nah, that ain't no motherfucking Little Byron. Nigga, that's
Nah,
Snowboy.
that nigga was
So
treacherous.
right before I went to prison, he gave me a 357.
357.
Yeah, no, that little nigga was treacherous, man. After he
He
shot at me,
was.
I wanted to kill his ass. I ain't gonna lie.
You
You know
remember he
what I'm
came up
saying?
to the senior high with Danny?
No, I wasn't up there. You know, they wouldn't let me go to that motherfucker, man.
I never made it to the senior high. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying Danny Danny came up there that's his first Kim folk or something. Danny and Snowboy Kim folks. They
Yeah,
shot
I ain't
they
never know.
shot a motherfucker on the front. Ask
I'd have knew
Danny.
that. I'd have
And they got
kidnapped
away
his
with it.
ass and took him.
But we
Danny,
got
they shot a motherfucker on the front of the high school, front of Jenny's high school.
so D, you see,
For real?
we got so many stories
Yeah.
going inside of a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many
that
stories
nigga
going
was
inside
so.
of a
Nah,
story.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. That nigga was gangster for real.
So we
gangster.
gon' I think
Man,
I think we probably need to like do one of these every couple weeks. like sprinkle them in. You know what I'm saying? Like because on other podcasts, people be having reoccurring guests, right? Like on
Yeah.
DJ Vlad stuff like that. I think we should do that because it's a lot of story to tell, and it'll help with the writing for the doc and the movie.
Are you still talking to Brenda?
Yeah,
Brenda Hampton?
yeah. Matter of fact, I do my to do list for the next day. She on my list to hit tomorrow because we at that stage.
Okay.
Man, from there, you gotta do a disclaimer, say these are not real occurrences and shit.
Right.
Hey,
But
I'm
This
good
is
surely,
about putting
you
all
no.
got this
I'm
much
good
on my
about
for
dropping
tractor.
the
You gonna
educational
knowledge.
be about
purposes
to
only.
read or see. It may be true or false, but all the same, names will be changed to protect the guilty.
Hey,
Yeah,
like they like
right.
they do like they
Go as
do
your
on
own
BMF.
discretion.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they did on BMF. This is loosely based on
yeah,
some but this shit could have happened.
yeah.
This could have happened. This is
Man, we get
based on
into
fiction, but
especially
it could have
get
happened.
into them laws with the police and all that,
You
man.
better know
Nah,
it.
hey, Wolf will
You
tell
better
you,
know.
man.
Can't
I
speak on
He
I
got it.
nothing.
D
I
got it. He
I
got it.
run these episodes where they questionable through past
Yeah.
my lawyer partners
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
to make sure they be like, don't do that, don't say that, don't put that there, and I'll be like, okay, cool,
Because in some shit ain't no statute of limitations on.
right.
So
But we
just
ain't
some
said
shit
nothing.
you just
We
yeah.
ain't said nothing crazy. I don't even
Yeah.
do
Right.
crazy, so we ain't said nothing crazy. We good.
All right. I
Uh,
mean, I
Cause
know I ain't gonna let nothing. Hey man, I think I'm 2/3 of my bid was me becoming a motherfucking lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm not gonna incriminate myself, and I know I ain't gonna allow. And me being on parole, I can't allow y'all to incriminate me as well.
the real
yeah,
message in all of this, man, is perseverance, making it through, and then taking the good from what you went through, and now, you know, you own a business as doing construction. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Wolf, you got full-time Hall of Famer. SA, you a man, you a author, published
Right.
author waiting to happen, right?
yeah, D. But
Cause hey, cause this is the last thing I'm gonna say, cause it's counting us down. I'm gonna close it like this. Anybody who can write books in jail, man, and write them to the point where people rent them from them, that's an enterprise Negro as far as I'm concerned. And it's time for people to go get your stuff out of Barnes and Noble.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if you ain't said no truth all night, you just said it right there. Well, ain't that
Hey,
Yeah.
remember
yeah,
when I told the one you got out, bro? I said,
yeah,
you need to take what you got
yeah.
and start running it to the people, man.
Hey Taj,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
tell you
saying?
this too, man, because clearly you got
I ain't know shit. Yeah, I was still knowing. I was still having
Yeah, I
anxiety
know you ain't
attacks.
know. Same
I
thing
was
about the
still
women.
fucked up.
hey
I'm
look,
Same thing.
saying
Same
I
thing
was
about
still
the
having
women.
anxiety attacks out here, man.
I'm gonna say this.
I was having culture shocks and shit,
Yeah, because
man.
you had to catch up.
Yeah.
I ain't
Man. I
bullshitting.
mean, you
Y'all
had to
think
catch up, man.
I'm
And
laughing, but
look,
I'm dead ass.
20 years ago, the internet didn't exist. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
when I
About that.
got locked up, I had a pager.
Yeah, yeah. A lot happened. So I'm gonna say this real quick, Taj. Clearly, you an entrepreneur, right?
For sure.
Hey, I wrote a check, man, because I could see it. You know
I
what
was
I'm
an
saying?
entrepreneur then, brother. I feel you. I feel you.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
smart move, man. And I'm sitting there paying attention. That's why I'm trying to get it to where it's a stretch it, man. Like even just starting with them, you know what I mean? Like them two guys right there. I mean, you know Wolf story,
Yeah.
you know part of Say story, but this, you know, dude, like just, I mean, I think about my own life, man. These guys, him and Shaw, that's why I wish he was on her.
Sure.
Even though we became cool, I was rejecting all that shit they was talking about, bro. I wasn't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't with her.
No, you wasn't.
But see, once they got me, they got everybody.
Right.
You understand? So what I'm saying is that the influence, and the connect, but even for me, bro, or for the black top, I think over the years and stuff, man, especially when I seen what happened, in court and him living up to what he always been, and
Yeah.
then, seeing Wolf, you dealing with a lot of strong headed people, you know what I'm saying? And he was ahead of all that. You understand what I'm saying? The master's
Well,
keeping all that together.
well,
You
this
know.
finna this give me 15-second countdown. I'm gonna say this. Wolf, if you don't mind, man, put us in a group text because Taj offline off the pod. Like Wolf kind of
You
know
ain't
me
recording now,
like night. It's still recording, but that's okay.
Oh
We
damn,
we
man.
no,
I'm
we straight. We ain't saying nothing. Trust me, we
yeah,
ain't said nothing. And
yeah,
Wolf will tell you how I get out. We ain't said nothing.
yeah,
Nothing crazy.
yeah,
But Wolf know like 99.9% of my story, man. We can reach some people, dog. Like we
yeah,
we can we tapped in already. We just doing our due diligence part to make sure. But we'll put us in the group text, man, so we can holler offline. And I kind of walk you through my music stuff and television stuff and all that, man. The man got something.
yeah,
His story is the real deal, for real.
for sure.
Hey,
All right,
bro.
all right. So we back. We got another really special guest joining us today on the Wolf of Ball Street podcast. What up, Wolf? What's going on, man?
What up? What up? What up, D?
All
Just
right,
doing it, man.
we talking in 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying, one way or the other.
Try to
But
put this.
yeah,
Hey, try to get this puzzle together, man.
absolutely, brother. Always
Yeah.
good to see you.
You too,
We got
bro.
another guest, man. We got another person from your past, your
Mm,
present, and your future
right.
joining us today on the pod. So I'm going to say, welcome, Peaches. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, D? My name's
I'm good.
Shiana
I'm good.
Whitfield. My name's Shiana
Okay.
Whitfield. They call me Peaches.
Okay. Well, hey, welcome. Thank you for introducing yourself, and we're gonna jump right in. All right.
Okay.
So, as much as you comfortable with sharing, right? Tell me and tell the pod, tell the people who gonna see this how you met Wolf.
Ooh, long ago. I was about 12, 13 years old, and I was in the streets, like, like a little bad little girl, And my brothers I had got into it with somebody, and essay and Trig instantly took up for me. And I was like, I guess they want, like, she need to be on our team. She the one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I heard
then
you got them hands.
then I was introduced to Wolf. And from there, he taught me a lot of knowledge, a lot of guidance. Very protective, very, very protective. Organized, kept us smart,
Yeah.
smart. Not silly. People make mistakes sometimes, but what we was being taught by him, it was like to mold ourselves into skills like organization skills and things to keep us firm in the future. That's what I got from
Yeah.
it, because that's why I am the way I am right now. At first, I was real raggedy, not raggedy, but I don't like talking like that no more. But yeah, like I definitely was a head buster, and I definitely went down the wrong path doing a lot of bad things. But the stuff that I was taught by my brothers, Wolf, the leader, um, when they left me, I knew how to take care of myself. I didn't need a man, or I didn't need family. I knew how to take care of myself. And I didn't have to depend on nobody. I feel like it was everything to me.
It was.
It
Yeah.
was everything to me.
It was. It was.
I feel like I'm the woman I am because of these men. This man. I'm the woman I am. He taught me about respect, knowledge. Not just that. I don't want to get off track. I don't want to start talking about nothing bad or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he definitely kept me focused. Kept me up on my knowledge to keep me always above, always smart to make the right decisions. And I really appreciate that, bro.
We good. You know, we it's plenty much always with you, Queen. You know
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I was kind of mad because y'all was gone to jail and stuff, but I feel like I handled it. I feel like I carry myself in a good way. I ain't never been no hoe. I
Exactly.
always
I
gonna
know
stand
that.
on. Yeah, sometimes people be thinking I'm gay, but I ain't gay. I'm just a firm woman that was taught by very smart men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't fit in with a lot of women because I was taught from a male point of view, so it make me a little smarter, a little faster than
Yeah.
regular women.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to me about because you just said something I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit.
Okay.
Talk to me about the emotion or the void that you felt when Wolf, say, and the other, your brothers were
Oh, I
gone.
definitely
But
felt
like,
that.
what was that?
I definitely felt by myself.
Yeah.
Like I depended on them for a lot of things, and I definitely felt by myself. But
Yeah.
what had been instilled in me kept me going though. I didn't harp on that. I kept going,
Yeah.
kept going. I did
Yeah.
get caught in a couple of more traps, but I overcame all that.
Yeah.
And I feel like because of the knowledge that I was taught, I feel like the things that you taught me,
Hmm.
it took me a long way. I'm here now. I have
Oh,
a
no
cleaning
doubt.
business. I have a cleaning business. I work a 7 to 3:30 job. I just feel like
You good. You good. We got felt you good. I see that look. We straight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
But
understand something, D. When we were back in the day, so we talking about between 89, 94, because I left the nation and to go play ball in 94. When I met Peaches, of course, it was, you meet a lot of G queens and you meet a lot of D queens. And the difference between G queens and D queens is the G queens are bonded blooded sisters. Be with their brothers and they are sisters. SOS, sisters struggles, we BOS, brothers struggles. And the
yeah.
D queens, they out there like that. You know what I'm saying? We want to throw a party. We got some guests coming in from Chicago or whatever. We throw the D queens at them. Brothers get do what they want to do. So that's
Yeah.
just showing our respect for our G queen sisters. And when it came to Peaches and a handful of others, um, man, they kept us balanced
Yeah.
because once you look at how the 6 pointed star really is, the pyramid point up means woman. She gives us love, comfort, and support, and the pyramid point down means man. He gives us growth and development. And when you combine these
Yeah.
two pyramids together, it gives you a 6 pointed star. So we bonded and we needed each other as a family.
yeah,
But we would never. Peaches, to me, she stood out because she was very disciplined, but she was an outlaw now. She didn't take no shit. But we had so much love for her because she didn't treat us as, like we didn't give a fuck about her. We love that queen, and can't nobody
definitely.
say we didn't. Can't nobody come between that because we protect her the more than we protect the rest of the queens. But she
Yeah.
was my, like, she's like A1 day one for me. And don't get me wrong, like I told her the other day, I had more respect for her than any other queen that I've ever met in my life. It's not the point about how she looked or what knowledge or what understanding she had. It's just her as a whole, as a woman.
Yeah.
The whole aura about who she was as a person. And yeah, she throw them hands with anybody, but at the same time, she got compassion. When
Yeah.
she loved hard.
And when she mad hard. But we kept her balanced. That's why we're here to
Definitely.
this day.
Yeah, and I think because me and you talk offline, and I thought
Mhm.
that was like the importance of this episode, right?
And
Because
can I say something before you finish? I didn't.
absolutely,
I'm glad that he said it because I really didn't. Like when some other sisters watch it, I really didn't want to hurt their feelings. But I definitely was numero uno. Like I looked out for my brothers. They looked out for me.
yeah,
Like they used to walk me to school, junior high, senior high, walk me to school, come get me from school, walk me home. Very protective, and only a couple of us got treated like that. So I didn't want to come in all big headed and a couple of feelings probably get hurt
Mhm.
hearing me say that because I try to treat, I know exactly about our past and I try to treat everybody equal, but it's definitely a whole lot of queens that's not equal to me.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, the reality of anything is that it's always a hierarchy, right?
Oh,
And
she's the first lady of Blacktop. That's how we looked at her.
I mean, and it ain't dissing or being disrespectful to anybody to say that I earned my spot. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Yeah,
saying?
I definitely did.
I earned my spot,
Yeah.
and that goes like what I was gonna say because I want to do this episode. When Wolf suggested it because he has a, a, a huge amount of input on these episodes and how we do them, right? And
Hmm.
uh, and he wanted to talk about one of you guys to be heard, right? And so
Hmm.
for the last couple of days, that's what we've been doing. We've been talking to people, and I think it was important to say that and show that you get caught up in the streets, right? And
Definitely.
and street culture, right? And overcome it, right?
Definitely.
And then be sitting there later in life, and you still holding on to everything positive that was happening, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And doing what you can do to move away from whatever was negative, right? And so that's why, I thought that this was important because, to a person, people be trying to demonize, structure and order when it comes from non-traditional places, right?
Yes.
But
Hmm.
Right.
everybody that I've been talking to the last couple of days, all y'all successful. You know what I'm saying? All y'all have achieved, in spite of, right?
In
And
spite
and,
of.
and at the end of the day, that's kind of what we're supposed to do, right? And
Well,
Hmm.
I mean,
so,
that's what growth and development is all about.
yeah, yeah,
That's growth and development is about developing your future as well as yourself and what you got going on in your own
Right.
yeah,
circle.
yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
take it.
So
Okay,
Wolf,
bye.
tell me, man, what did you see in Peaches that put her in that spot that she had?
The
I was
number one
different
thing,
from all the other ones,
of course, that the number one thing what came with Peaches to me was her love and loyalty, man.
Sit down.
Yeah,
And she stood alone by herself. She didn't need to be with a lot of queens. But she was strong by herself. But when she added with these other queens that was with her, she still stood
yeah,
out because she's a born leader in herself. And
yeah,
we were just there to make sure she was good and we protected her.
yeah,
No,
Definitely.
no, we didn't. If she bet not never had no issue with no dude outside of that because that was going to be a hell of a problem. Somebody
yeah,
putting their hands on her,
Definitely.
something that was a no no. So we know that we all love her. We love her to death, man. But we more love her to life.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm just so proud of her. I'm very. That's why was more special. I mean, I love all my folks, but me and Peaches, um, we had so much respect for each other.
Yeah.
And when I had to go away and we all had to do our own thing and grow in life, we still GDs, growth and development, but we still had to grow up and learn about life.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like I said, once a year we throw the blacktop party, a picnic, and we it's a lot of benefits to that because everybody do have their own businesses.
yeah,
And it's just trying to show the younger generation just because you going through something, is the future is bright if you look at what we did.
Yeah.
We paved the way for y'all to be better.
Yeah.
But like I said in this earlier podcast, a lot of these brothers and sisters, it's like they missing the mental lapse in their brain, man, to act the way they do now. It's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I can only love who I love, and they can love me back, and everybody else, fall back.
Yeah.
And we wasn't all about static. We was all about growth and development for real. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just all about static.
Yeah.
No way we gonna let nobody bother us, but we always wanted something better for the future,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
had a little time lapse when we was getting in trouble and stuff, but we all done overcame it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing grows without pain, right?
Nothing grows without pain.
And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
and I think, I think that, I mean, it's just key, really, man. For these kids, they don't have no life expectancy beyond 21, right? I can't even tell you how many people just in the music, me meeting all these young dudes and having to deal with them, because almost all of them come from the street, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and they, but they had a skill that they was able to catch somebody's eye, and they come in, and I've been out the game like on a regular basis since 2011, right? And it was
Right.
kind of right when stuff started changing, right? But man, I can't even tell you how many kids was like, man, I'm 21 today. I never thought I'd get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, boy, you ain't even through a third of your life. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like
Not even.
you know, I don't know how. I mean, I know you're younger than Wolf now, but me and him both 56, right?
I'm
57. It's
47.
okay. So we about to hit the back third of our life.
Yeah.
We a couple years away from 60, and it
Hey,
never
yeah, you don't
dawned
gotta
on
say
me.
this shit out loud, man.
Hey man, we look good, brother. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Definitely do.
I'm gonna pop my collar.
Good,
I know
man.
I look
Yeah.
good for my age,
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm hurt. I
and
feel
so
it every day when I wake
You
up.
you look good too, bro. And I bet
hey,
you are fit. I bet you your body fit. I bet you've been working out and stuff, haven't you?
You know me.
I know.
yeah, I
Mm.
mean, you better pop that. Just cause we feel it, don't mean we don't look it. Cause I feel it too. It take me a whole minute to stand tall. You know what I'm saying? I be like, oh,
But
oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in our own ways, we didn't put a lot of mileage on our bodies,
Mm.
and so, but you know, it's good to hear the positive side of that, and I think that's the lane where Wolf is at. We got a lot of goals with this podcast, with this documentary, with people seeing a movie and then turning it into a series that
Hmm.
can run for years, because it's a lot to tell. Anything you want to add, Peaches? Anything anything you wanna say?
I
And do
had
me a
some
favor.
great times. I
Do,
had some great times, and
do
I'm
me a
gonna tell you
favor.
this.
Do me a favor real quick. Sit back just a little bit so I can get your whole face. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a great time coming up. I started with my bros when I was like 12 years old, and I used to clown. That's why I commend them so much, because I used to clown just because I knew I had them. When they
Yeah.
left and went to jail and stuff, I was sad. And I said that I wasn't going to be like that no more. I wasn't going to be. I felt like God took them from me because I maybe took it for granted that I had brothers that loved me like that.
Yeah.
And I love them forever.
Well, no doubt, we love you back,
Yeah.
and you know that.
Yeah. I know that. I changed my ways so I don't we'll never be in a bad situation again.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's why I changed my ways. That taught me that too. That knowledge taught me that little stuff, that knowledge, all that taught me that too. It's what you do with the knowledge. And
Yeah.
at first it was, I say me, I was misusing it a little bit, thinking I'm tough or whatever, which I was. but I used it in a more positive way.
Yeah,
I still use those a whole lot of that right now today.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I live by the 5 Ps. I live by the fruit of thoughts. I mean, to
Yeah.
this day, because a lot of when I even share with the outsiders, like my teammates or people I coached, the kids, whatnot, they have no idea that it came from GD
yeah,
because that's why it's so uplifting in a positive way. But when we
yeah.
had it, when we first got it,
Mm-hmm.
of course we're gonna regulate it and use it to our advantage to against our enemies and all that. But when we had each other, man, it was a beautiful, powerful thing.
Yes.
So yeah, to this
Yes.
day, it
That's what's
still
up.
works. Yeah. So Peaches, I really appreciate you, Queen. I really do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I flew her. I flew her when I got off work, and then I said, "Let me put on another shirt." Same thing he did. I said, "Let me hurry up and put on another shirt."
Nice.
But I'm finna get ready. I gotta clean up. I'm finna get ready. I thank y'all for having me. Thank you for having me, bro.
Oh,
And
no
Thank
doubt.
you for being on.
yeah, nice to meet you too, Mr. D.
I appreciate it. I look forward to meeting you face to face.
Yeah, definitely.
Queen.
All
Plenty much love.
right, you
Plenty
be
much love.
Much love.
All right.
all right. You be easy.
Okay.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what a man is supposed to be. I just witnessed a scene I heard about this brother. They call Wolf. It's incredible and powerful what I'm about to tell you when they say the man of status. This is what they call a man of status. This man faced shit head on and was falsely accused by the same police department as well as the channel. For a newsroom, Wolf could have been like NWA saying fuck the police, but his own way. He did being a strong black man in America. As hard as it is already, but to be an ex-gang member, ex-gang member, ex-gang leader, lose 3 damn jobs because he was falsely accused is incredible to me. He never fell down, but he was on bended knee because he's half human. He said he'd rather be discussed by 12 than being in falsely by one. He's a fighter and didn't think he accomplished with the odds against him. The brother kept pushing forward, keep fighting for the people that don't know how to fight. He might be a mama's boy, but he is a man's man, I promise you. He will get the last laugh cause he's built different like a hybrid. As his favorite Bible verse will say, James 4:10, when you